Okay, to get started in making your cornbread dressing, one of the first things you're going to need to do is get a pot filled halfway with water, and in that water you're going to add all of your celery and your green onion. And what this does, this is sort of like a vegetable broth for your cornbread. You're going to put this on the stove and let it boil. I like to add just a little bit of sage. Now the sage is your key ingredient into making your cornbread dressing. So you're going to put just a little bit. You don't need a lot because you're going to put some also in your cornbread dressing. And this act like it don't. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit, not very much. But when it starts boiling and everything, you're going to smell Thanksgiving. It's going to be like Thanksgiving in your house. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to add a can of chicken broth. If I can get it open. There we go. And this chicken broth also adds a ton of flavor. It's going to add a ton of flavor to your cornbread. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this pot of celery, green onion, sage, and chicken broth. You're going to put it on the stove and just let it boil away. So we're going to get a mixing bowl, and then we're going to start adding all of our ingredients. My 2 boxes of cornbread mix. And you can get any kind you want. I prefer Jiffy. I grew up on it, and it's just, I don't know, it's something about Jiffy cornbread mix, you know? So you put your cornbread mix in here. Two boxes. There we go. And you add your 2/3 cup of milk and 2 eggs. And I like to add sage into my cornbread. You can also, what wouldn't be bad is if you finely chopped some celery and green onion. If you want to fine chop that, you could also add that to your cornbread. But I'm telling you, this is what gives it just that homemade Now we're going to mix it all together. If you see it getting a little too thick, don't be afraid to add a little bit more milk. And I think we're going to need just a tad bit more, not a lot. Maybe another 1/3. About like that. Let it run all over and mix away. Before I pour this batter into my pan is I'm going to get some margarine melted in here, and then once the margarine melts, then I'm going to pour the batter into the pan and let it bake. So stay tuned. Okay guys, the margarine has melted. I also sprayed around the edges of my pan, and now we're going to go ahead and add the cornbread. And now we're going to return it to the oven and just let it bake. Remember, it is still hot. I have made mistakes of, oh, let me just grab it and put it in the oven. Mistake. Okay. While that's baking, I'll move you guys over here and show you that the onions and celery and sage and chicken broth is boiling away. And you don't want to cook it so much, guys, that it evaporates. So we're just going to put it on low and just let it simmer and keep it that way, so that way when we mix what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix this liquid into our cornbread and mix it all up, and that's what's gonna make a delicious cornbread dressing. So stay tuned. All right, my berries, we're back, and the cornbread is done. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it on out. Show you guys what it looks like. That's the cornbread. It smells so much like Thanksgiving in here. I have to show you guys some of the stuff we got. The chicken is in the oven, of course, but we got some green beans with turkey bacon, and we have sweet potatoes, a little cinnamon and butter. And so now we're gonna go ahead and whip this cornbread dressing together, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Go ahead and get this cornbread. See how hot it is? Ooh-wee. You want to get it and just dump it into the bowl. I'm making a mess. Bam. You want to throw all of this in a bowl, and what we're going to do is we're going to use this pan again to bake the cornbread dressing in. Go ahead and pour that in there, and then you want to get some of these veggies and put in there as well. Now you have a little bit of liquid left over, just in case you need some more, but it looks like we're going to be pretty good on the liquid. And you, again guys, I'm sorry, I don't measure very much, but this is what it looks like. And I know you're like, that's not the cornbread dressing I'm used to. No, it's not, because it has to bake, and once all that liquid is absorbed, it's going to come out just a little bit stiffer. A little bit more veggies in there. Gives it great color. Mix that in there. Now, there's this one little trick that my stepdad taught me, and that is adding a can of cream of chicken soup. Just dump that in there. This adds so much flavor, guys. Okay, I need a smaller spoon. Oh, what I was thinking. So much flavor. Get all of that goodness, that yummy goodness out of there. And I know a lot of people are like, she is tripping with this cream of chicken soup. But this is actually good, and you can also get like cream of celery to add in here, which I almost started to do. If it's how we want it. It's good. And a little salt and a little pepper. You can also, if you like seasoned salt, you can add seasoned salt instead of salt, regular salt. Okay, let's try this again. That's it. I don't really need anything else. Okay. All around the sides, because the dressing's gonna go there, and all in the middle, real generously. And remember, we've already baked the cornbread with margarine in it anyway. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and pour this mixture into, you guys see that? See how easy that transitions? Use the spoon to get the rest. Also, if you want to, you can also add a little bit more sage to your dressing. Like I said, this is that Thanksgiving smell, you know? You just stir a little bit, just fold it in. I keep all kinds of sage. I know you're like, that's not the same ball of sage she used. I keep all kinds of sage because I use, sometimes when I make ground turkey breakfast patties, I'll use sea salt, sage, garlic powder, and it tastes just like a store-bought breakfast patty, breakfast sausage patty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and return this pan to the oven and let it bake until it gets, you know, so that some of the liquid is absorbed. Okay? And I'll bring you the results back in a few. Stay tuned. Alright, my berries, and the cornbread dressing is done. This is what it would look like. You want it to look a little bit have a brown color to it when it comes out. And now we're going to move on. I'm going to show you guys the entire meal, what we have here. So we got cornbread dressing, then we have the green beans here, just kind of warming up. We have sweet potatoes, and then we have some roasted chicken legs back there. And like I said, and we're gonna have cranberry sauce with this as well. So again, you would probably let this stay in the oven for maybe 40-45 minutes without opening up the oven, so it can get, like I said, that crispy brown look to it. And that's it. And next you'll see my daughter do a taste test because she's starving right now, so she'll be happy to see me make her plate. And stay tuned. Bye-bye. Okay, my berries, we're here. My daughter's here, and we are getting ready to let her do a taste test on this lovely meal. There's your cranberry sauce on the side if you want to add it, or you can go straight. You know, we are taste testing the cornbread dressing is what they want to know, if it tastes good or not. So you can add your cranberry sauce if you want. She's like hungry. She just dove right into those sweet potatoes. Such a beautiful plate. It's very hot. Everything's hot straight off the stove, out of the oven. What do you think? Say that again. It's good. All right. So yeah, guys, this is our meal, our Sunday meal. I'm gonna let her enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.